Blessings, welcome to the Skoop Show with Anton Too Bad DJ and
your girl Nads.
And today we've got a special guest with us on the Skoop Show. Who that is?
André Fyffe.
Yes, André Fyffe. Thank you.
Oh my God, André.
André Fyffe.
You got it.
I did get it.
You did.
All right.
You did.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here on
Thank
the
you for
Skoop
having
today. Yes, André, you have an extensive catalogue.
Do I?
Yeah. I mean, when you sent it to us, I'm like, okay, he's serious.
He's serious.
Doing bits. So as far as you being an actor, producer, I mean, you've done a lot, but we would like to know a bit more about you, the person, André. You know, and then we'll definitely get into your roles and your career and the amazing things you've accomplished. So you're from Northwest London.
There we go.
Big up Northwest London. But what's your background, your heritage?
Oh, I'm from Jamaica.
Okay.
Both my parents are from Jamaica, yeah.
Okay, cool, wicked.
Yeah.
Which part of Jamaica?
St. Thomas.
All right.
Yeah, I go every year. Almost every year.
Okay.
Almost every year.
Do you have any childhood memories of there or?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I used to go every year or every other year if I could. I used to love it. It's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? It's a culture. Is what you know. My mom made me go to summer school sometime. Yeah. So I used to I see other kids get beaten in Jamaica and I just be like, yo, this is crazy. This is teachers can't do that in England.
Yeah, not
do you know
even.
what I mean? But it was an experience and I loved it. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope.
I saw a goat get killed in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Did you eat it after?
Yeah. I really did, bro.
Yeah.
I see one Rastaman say, yo, he's going to kill a goat today. And I see them do the whole thing. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's how they do it.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I can relate to that because I'm from Ivory
I shouldn't have seen it though. My mom was not happy when she found out.
Yeah, it's quite traumatic.
It's very traumatic. I was young.
I was really unsure. I mean, mind you, because my experience only last year, so I'm from Ivory Coast. And
okay, nice.
I went there for 2 weeks, and my brother, we stopped at some massive farm. They just had a lot of cattle there, and we literally picked it out, and then they prayed over it, and then that's it. It was really scary.
It is.
My experience in the Caribbean, I had a pet crab for a day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went out,
then come back.
Come back. Uncle cooked it. the crab was dinner.
Wait,
God.
it's gone off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do that? Okay, thank goodness. Just checking. All right.
No, it's gone. Catching crab.
Yeah, catching crabs.
That's fun. That's fun. Seeing
really
crocodiles as well. I've seen some crocodiles
oh wow.
real up close. I'm here, things right over there.
Oh my goodness.
Up close and personal.
So would you describe yourself as an island boy?
Almost, yeah. Why not? I mean, I take it.
Own it, honey. Come on, it's your roots and that. So let's get into a bit more about André, the actor. So knowing that your journey in acting started at stage school, at Silver Young, doing theatre, did you always know that did you always aspire to become an actor? Was it something at a certain age, do you remember that was this is what I want to do?
Yeah. I think at easily 10, 11 years old, I knew I wanted to do this. One of my best friends will tell you, even when we was in primary school, he used to have little talent shows and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to get involved, and I was still with the man them playing football, whatever. But I always knew I knew I didn't want to be a baller. I knew I loved film and the effect it had on people, on the audience.
Yeah.
I always knew I wanted to do it, and I wasn't shy about it. I was that little boy that was really ready to do it, and.
Yeah.
Thank God, my mum was an active mum, which them active mums have you doing something every Saturday. The weekend can't go miss without doing something in it. Yeah. So I feel that helped me want to do extra curriculum stuff. So even from a very young age, I knew I was going to get into it. And then by 13, 14, I'm starting to do it more and more. Yeah. And then by 15, by 14, I've got my first acting gig.
Wow.
And as soon as someone pays you, like the truth is,
you're
like
I can make money.
I can make money,
and
I love, and then my mom's happy with me.
Love
it's
that.
like, we can do this forever.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of like how it grows and grows, and then by the time I'm like 16, 17, I've got an agent. I'm really like pushing, and it's like it's moving super fast.
Yeah.
So like before even I'm 18 years old, I've already like bagged 2, 3, 4 commercial jobs, and now everyone knows commercials pay money, innit? So I've now all changed my mum's life. Before I'm even 18, I've already been able to make a major impact in my family's life. And then even when you see that as a young boy, you're going, oh, raw, when I work really hard and do this thing, these people pay me to do what I love. And now my mum's really happy. And we've just sorted out a lot of things in my family. Do you know what I mean?
When everything was happening at that time, like you said, it kind of went quite fast from getting an agent to getting booked. Did you quite understand the gravity of like how you was supporting your family?
Not straight away. But certain things kick in, and you're starting to realize like, right, like this means that, and this means this, and like now we're going on another holiday. Like it's the little things that you're clocking on, and then also like you're just aware in it, and you're going, like, this is really happening. Only when I get a little bit older in my life, and I start to look back on it, and I go, I took certain things for granted because I just assumed that every kid actor was doing these kind of things. But I didn't know that not everyone has an agent, for example. Only when I got into like my 20s, I found out that other actors don't have agents. I was thinking everyone had one. All this time, I thought everyone had one of these people that send you opportunity. I didn't know that you have to go get one. I was just fortunate to get one.
That helped, like,
course.
So your mum was kind of like your management at the time?
Not even manager. I think my mum just figured out that I was talented in this area, and she took the advice that was given to her. So when someone said to her, oh, you should send your son to Sylvia Young, she was like, I'm gonna send my boy to Sylvia Young. She like really just did whatever the advice that she took, and she listened to people that were in the business, and because she took those key advice, it meant that I blinked and I was moving quite quickly. And I really appreciate
going back
that.
to your first performance, acting, how did you feel? Was it nervous?
You know what? When you're so young, you're having so much fun, bro. Like you have so much fun on it with it, and you're with other kids that are also having major fun. You don't really feel nervous as such. I think as you get older, the nerves become because you know what critics are, or you know that there's other agents in the room, and now you know about all those things. But before, you're just really just performing from your parents. So I want to show off. If anything, like I was that kid, I'm like, yo, my mom's in the building today. You lot don't mess up the lines. Like, don't mess up these lines today, because my mom is here and I'm trying to show her like I'm the best. Like that's what I'm trying to do. That's all I really care about at that young age. It's only when I get older and older then I start to think, oh gosh, so and so's in the room. There's a director, and now there's so much weighing on you, and that's when you start to get nervous. But when you don't think about none of those things and just be you and be the character, you're not thinking about none of those things.
So you would say acting is that fun for you then?
Absolutely, it should be. It should be major fun. Like even when you're playing serious characters, we should find an element of play or an element of fun, because that's what we're doing. We're having fun.
So how do you balance like the fun, with the serious emotions? Like, for example, the one that you sent, was it Josiah?
My Jerome. Yeah.
I don't want to reveal what happened,
much.
but you see the ending.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, how do you?
Well, with that, I'm not acting in that one. I'm producing that. So it's a different kind of element. But again, it's similar to like other films I've done. You just need to know that the weight of whatever the character is going through, and how you find yourself in that, and how you would then deal with that. How do you react in those moments? You're having fun in the general sense of like just waking up, going to work, and being able to be on these big film sets. But then it's also having these moments of like focus, if that makes sense. And you're like having this moment of focus, going, all right, cool, now I need to play this kind of guy, and I need to get in the mind frame of that individual.
That's wicked. So did your love of being on screen naturally get you to naturally grow your interest, into being behind the camera with producing?
Yes and no. I feel like I got into acting for the love of that, and I feel like strategically I then became a producer. I didn't love producing. I wanted to get into producing because I strategically realized that, for example, I meet you two today. Yeah. We work on this film, whatever have you, and I might never work with you lot again. So then I was like, right, what if I want to work with these people again and again? How do I strategically become a person that can bring back certain people in the room again? And then sometimes I meet someone else and I go, yo, you would be really good with so-and-so. And then I start to realize, oh, what if I came up with something, or someone has an idea and I can bring those players that I met throughout my career into one room. Yeah. And then now I'm getting told that's what a producer does. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay. But I just wanted to strategically work with people again. I think that's where the first love of producing really came from. It was more of, right, I'd really love to work with her or him again, and I'd love to mix these people together. How can I do that? And that's when someone said to me, oh, you need to become a producer. And then that's when I started producing. And you get to make your own stuff.
As well,
I've done a bit of everything. Like behind the cameras, I worked with different production companies where I would work in every department just to understand how everything works. But I never wanted to do like any specific thing. I just wanted to be a producer overall. And act and produce. That was the main thing. But then I've done a bit of writing. I've worked with some directors, etc. Just to understand how the whole machine works. But really, I want to just... right. So you want to know how everything works. And then you just want to produce.
Okay, wicked. So, I mean, with you having such a wide range of experience in so many different genres, so I've seen that you've been in Casualty. Very popular British TV soap there. And, you know, sci-fi, short sci-fi films. And then along, which I thought was really, really amazing, was, you know, your experience in doing voiceovers for adverts. Which I think is just so dope. There was a few sentences that described your voice. Yeah. How would you describe your voice?
I don't write that. I don't write that, you know, by the way.
It was quite enticing.
It was, no, do you know what? I don't write that. Like, someone else writes it for me. Someone else writes it. I'm at a stage where someone writes it for me and just says, use this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think, you know what, it just tickled me a little bit. But I thought, you know what? No, that is so cool. And then, so in saying that, how would, what would be
How would I describe it?
Yeah, how would you describe your voice? Yeah, if I wanted to book you for something.
I think just like what it says on the... I ain't going to stay away from whatever they said. Because what they said made sense. But like it's a husky voice. It's a deep husky voice. But it's still like a baritone narrative. Especially when I take my time. Like even now when I'm talking, when I take my time, I really hear the bass in my voice.
Anton?
Yeah. The bass in my voice.
I can just barely hear it.
That's so serious,
bass in my tone. So it's like... So often, when I'm hired by these companies, these campaigns, it's often they don't want me to go too fast. They actually want me to take my time and describe or talk about or make that feeling. Even if it's still happy, they want me to take my time and really like resonate.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, it's a lot. You see a lot in rappers as well. Like a lot of rappers, you have a certain like cadence, and that cadence allows you to then reach people in a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
No,
like Pop Smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Burna Boy as well.
Burna Boy, there's a certain like uniqueness to them.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. So what would you say is your favourite genre to be in as far as
all of them? Whatever pays.
If you could pick one, and that it's like, okay, this is the genre that you would be in for the rest of your career. I know
to be typecasted.
No, I wouldn't want to be typecasted. But you know what? I still love dramas. I feel like I love any kind of drama, whatever it is, because drama. There's always gonna be drama in everything. So I want to have that. So if it's sci-fi, but it's drama, it's always drama, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what would you say is like your favorite type of role, like you know, the bad man in the movie or the villain or something?
I think my characters I like to play, even when you talk about Casualty and bad characters, I like characters, that take me one way, make me feel like I know where we're going, and then at some point they switch it up. I want to feel that. I like that journey. Those journeys entice me the most. I love it when a character or a story takes me on a journey, makes me feel like I know where we're going, I know where this is headed, and then just goes and it takes me on a sharp left, sharp right, and I go, right, I didn't see that coming. And I feel like those stories or those characters I'm drawn to the most, because it's like, for me, I relate to that everyday life where people see me, they have a way about me, they think they know what they know, and then they're shocked by something else. And there's that feeling that I love to take someone on a journey in that way. And in my films, in my show, just like with my Jerome, you feel like you know where you're going with this story, but just towards the end, we give you something different. And with the sci-fi film, etc. So it's I like films like that. And when you see the kind of work I make, you go, André has a particular style. And I like to stay to that style for now anyway, because I know that's what I want to see more of. I want us to always watch something and be moved by something in a moment. And then may it provoke you to now talk to someone about it and say, yo, you need to watch this film because you see the ending, you ain't even going to expect it. Right. And that's what I like. I like films I like shows films that do that. The films that don't do that, I mean, there's room for those films, but it's not the films I want to make. And I want to be a part of.
That's what I was going to ask you as well, leading to that was kind of like, if for you to choose a role or be interested in a role, do you have to love the story? Does it have to be something that you would be like, yeah, I'll go and watch that kind of thing? Or do you go and think, you know what, I can develop this into something that I will grow to love?
Okay, that's a good question. I think sometimes you like the character more, so then I'll play the character. Not always do I love the story, but I can't always control the overall narrative as well. Like, sometimes it's not my film, but I like the character within the playfield of the storyline. Like, I can't think of any of projects on top of my head, but like, I've done a couple of things where I've gone, I like the character more than I like the actual film. But you will see it when you watch it. You go, yeah, I really enjoyed Andre's part, and I enjoyed my part as well. But I just didn't enjoy the whole entire film. And you can't. And also, you know what? Yeah, you can't control the entire film. You can only do your part in this TV show, in this film. I can't. I'm not part of, especially when I'm not producing, I'm not part of the edit. I'm not part of how it comes out. I'm not part of nothing. So then it's like, I just got to watch it and accept this is the version that they wanted to make.
That's it. It's always going to be their vision.
Right,
you just bring what you can to your character and put your all in. So theatre versus on screen. Pros and cons.
What's the pros and cons?
What are the pros and cons?
Theatre is magic. I tell people all the time, I've seen Hamilton 4 times in West End. It's magical. It's a magical experience. I've seen it 4 times. But if we don't have a film, that means I can't show it to somebody. It can't be passed about because Hamilton tickets are expensive, right? And even if it's cheap, might not even, Macbeth, or there's certain show or Lion Kings or Wicked. And that's why a lot of these shows end up getting made into film and TV. I love film and TV because it lasts forever. I want to be able to, cliche, I want to be able to sit with my kids one day in the future and just watch a bag of my films.
Yeah, but it's also your legacy.
And your legacy, right. Whereas with theatre, I feel like theatre is more for the actor to learn skills as well as a live performance. There's beauty in that, because when I used to do theatre, like, ain't nothing more special when you got like 3,000 people in the room and the lights go up and it's you and them and you. If it drops, it drops. If the phone goes off, the phone really does go off. Like, you know what I mean? You can't.
No,
do you know what I mean?
You captivate
it really is really real.
It's really like that because just a little bit, because I've always been interested in performing arts. I went to college and studied it and things like that. So when it comes to theatre, like, I've done a little bit of on-screen as well. The Bill, but that was years ago.
Look at you.
Yeah, but that was years. When I tell you.
What did you do?
That's what I wanted about us.
I was an extra.
Okay,
guys.
you know.
Nothing exciting. I was
you rubbed the shop, yeah?
No, well, I was a bad kid. I'll tell you that. But no, just in saying that, like, I fully understand that when you speak about when it's just you and the audience, and when you have to go through that monologue, and just before I get on stage, and it's like my heart's beating and I'm overthinking everything, but I know the minute I open my mouth and it's me and the audience, it's epic, and you can't tell someone or really describe that. You'd have to feel it.
You have to be there.
Yeah, you have to feel it.
You
Yeah,
have to feel it. You have to
100%
be there. And it's like,
so I love that. I love that. So I just feel like naturally, although I didn't get to pursue an acting career per se, I've still continued it within the creative field.
So to you, question to you now. I know this is not how it works.
No,
but would you ever do acting then? Would you ever get into it now? Now that you like at this point.
Well, I mean, we've got a few ideas and things going on, don't we, Anton? We've got a few things happening.
Okay.
And I will never say no because I don't believe in putting an time frame to
on anything.
Yeah, to your creativity and what if you're really passionate about something and you still have the talent and the skill, then why not? And I think that's exactly what doing performing arts taught me, is that skill that you just never forget it.
Lose it.
You don't lose it. It's like driving a car. Once you learn how to drive,
it's like Samuel Jackson. He started at 37. That's where he got his big break.
Yeah, years later in his age. Yeah,
you never know. But I mean, there's pressure with the age thing, especially with the women. I feel like
but you know what?
With women,
I hear what you're trying to say, but you know what I love about acting is the whole Samuel Jackson or Morgan Freemans of the world. Is that there's no time limit on acting. It's not like sports. Sports has a time frame, unfortunately, because it's a physical attribute. But with acting, it doesn't actually matter your age, because if I'm making a film and I need a grandmother, I'm not gonna hire us three.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to go hire an older woman who can play someone's grandmother. So it means that I'm always gonna need someone at some point at different ages. It's a lifelong. Yeah. That's why you gotta love it. That's why people say to you all the time, like, you really gotta love it, because if you don't love it, you'll soon to find out that it's a very, very long game.
And it's tedious.
You know what I mean?
It's
super
even
tedious.
I think I prefer theatre in the sense of, you do your rehearsals and whatever, and then the big show's coming up. But the way that being behind the scenes with filming and how, you have to redo one scene at least five times for them to get every different angle of it, and then it's you'll be on set from 9 till literally when so they're really really long days. So I mean, how have you kind of managed to keep your head in the game in that aspect of never kind of losing the love of it?
I feel like with anything, when you love something, you have moments where you dislike things about it, but the overall thing is that you still love it. And as long as you can go back to the root of why you love it, then you're good. I think that's what I always do. You go back to the reason why you do this, whether it's for your family or for your own self-worth, or is it to express yourself, whatever that reason is, I always go back to that, because ultimately there's going to be ups and downs. We know, like you said, theatre it has its own thing. Film is long hours, and also just auditioning. There's so much that goes into those things. I've been auditioning for years, right? So I've from a very young age to now, and I'm still auditioning. So and I see the ups and downs and just the roller coaster of auditions and how nervous it can really get at those points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I suppose with any industry, any creative field, you're going to hear a lot of no's, but those yeses, when you hear the yeses, I guess they amount to all the no's. It kind of takes that out of the equation. So how would you prep for a role, let's say the role you had in Casualty?
Cool. So obviously, the basic, you learn your lines, yeah? Let's say I've already learned my lines, because that's its own problem in itself. Got to learn that. I don't know how you want to learn it. You want to stand around the house, read it, tuck it away, sing it to yourself. You got to learn it, right? That's the most tedious part. Any actor, I've met some famous actors, they'll tell you, the most tedious part is learning the lines.
100%.
But once you learn the lines and it's in your head and it's in your body, now you got to learn the character. Because then it's about different characters say lines differently. That's why we can all have the same lines, but we all going to say it differently, right? So now we learning the character. I'm learning the essence of the character, the way they walk, why they talk like this, how do they have their shoulders, their body, and I'm thinking about the whole movement of the character. And then I'm just adding constant layers. And that's kind of the best, quickest way I prepare. And then I get into the room. When I get to filming, I ask myself in those moments, what does my character want? What's in the way? I'm asking loads of questions about my character and just what's on the script. Sometimes it's the facts are the facts. If my line is, pass me the milk, that means I want to drink milk. So I'm not going to make it more than what it is. It's just this thing that I want. So you pass me the milk. I'm just making sure I understand why he wants this, and why is there something else that he wants? Is there other conversations that we're having? So sometimes it's not just the lines; it's also the in between. For Casualty specifically, it's me understanding that journey, like we spoke about before. I know I'm taking my audience from the very beginning. I'm taking them on a fake journey, right? Spoilers. I'm taking my audience on a fake journey. They think that I'm gonna hurt this woman. I eventually hurt this woman by accident. You realize that's not what my character wanted to do, and it turns out that the girl that I attacked or tried to attack was actually my little sister, and I was trying to prove a point for something else. Cool. So I know that information as an actor. Yeah. So now I'm taking myself backwards, and I'm going, how can I make sure that this half of the journey feels like it's this half, and then this half is another version of him. So I really played this extreme, another extreme, and then I play another version of him, and I play that extreme of that version. So when you watch it together, you go, oh, this is almost like two different people. Yeah. There's two versions of the same guy. Yeah. And I'm trying to build and find that. It's super complicated, but then it's also not complicated when you get it on its feet.
It's kind of real life as well, though, because as people we're so multi-dimensional in codes, our character, and then depending on, some people are very much chameleon-like. No matter where they are, they can adapt.
Right.
And I suppose that's a skill that comes naturally to people that do act. Right. Is being able to adapt to different environments and people around you. So you've won. I know that you've won an award for your. Yeah, we got it here. I wanted to ask, does winning awards like the Outstanding New Work Award for your role in theatre piece The Boys motivate your passion for performing? And I say that to say this because some people will do acting or a musician, no matter what the craft is, they'll do it for the accolades. But some people, it might not be, kind of where does that stand on your threshold of?
I think when you really get to be around certain people as well, you realize that accolades, it means something. It really does, right? A couple of my friends have won BAFTAs and big awards, right? So what happens is you realize how much that affects what happens afterwards in their career. Winning an award, winning an Oscar is a major thing, right? If you win those things, it comes with some major pros, right? The price goes up.
Yeah. Today's price is not yesterday's.
Right. The opportunity is different, right?
Yeah.
And even with the theatre, when I was in theatre and we were doing different kind of plays and shows, when those plays won awards, all got like 5-star reviews and all that kind of stuff, it did open up doors for us as a team, as a collective. We're able to then use that information and get maybe better agents or get into a room with certain types of casting directors now, etc. So it's not that I get up in the morning thinking, I really want to win an award from this project that I'm doing, but I do want it to do well. Yeah. I don't get involved in something thinking, I'm just going to do it. No, when I'm in it, I want it to do well. Like we're here today, I want this to do well. I want everything to do well. If I'm attached to it, I'm going to put my all into it because I want it to do well. I used to work with a YouTube production company, film production company, and when we made films, we used to say these films are going to make millions of views, right? And some of them really went and made millions of views, and then some not so much. Yeah. But we didn't. Every time we went to it, we was like, we're not just doing it for the views. We want to tell a great story, but we also want it to be seen. And I also want my work to be recognized. So when I'm making films like My Jerome, for example, I want to make sure that our films get seen. I want it to go into the festivals. I want people to see the film. I don't want to make it for myself. Yeah. I want to make it partly for myself, but I also want to make it to then release, to give to other people to see and share. So yeah, there is a bit of both. I think.
So with you being on the producing side of My Jerome, did you play a heavy hand in developing the characters, or was you more of the technical side?
It was a bit of both. I think what would happen was that process was really special. So shout out Johnny Salmon. He did a TV show called Dream Mask Black. I don't know if you've seen that show, but check it out. But anyway, look, small thing. So he had the idea, and he was looking for a producer. So we started talking about it. He showed me loads of drafts. And I feel like in those conversations with writers, when I've worked with writers anyway, it's not me telling them how to write, but it's more about me having conversations about what they think this character should represent. And then I'm asking them, well, if the character represents this, why does the character then say this? And I'm just constantly questioning the world that they're creating. And then the quicker they understand the world that they're creating and they accept it, then the better is for me as a producer to then now go sell it to someone else, get the funding, help get the funding, raise the capital, and then get the film made. So the quicker I get the world, the quicker we can agree on the world that you've now created, then the quicker I can then take it to the next level.
Wicked.
So yeah.
So what's next for Elicit Pictures?
Sick question. I think it's to continue sustain ourselves, and creatively we want to keep making stories that provoke thought and change. I think as long as we can continuously do those things and make an impact in whatever way, then we're nice. I don't mind if it's short, long form, TV series, even commercials. I don't mind the format. I just want to make sure that the message is straight, right? That's the step.
So
So if there was like an opportunity for like, you know, some young people, you know, to get some work experience, you know, with yourself, would you be able to facilitate that?
Yeah. Me and my business partner, we do some work experience stuff all the time. What we try to do is we try to bring them on when we actually have a project going.
Yeah.
Because then they can see the whole nuance of it, rather than just sitting around in development, because development can take time. But it's nice when we're like in like early pre-production, and I can just hire like 3, 4, maybe 5 young people, because then they get to see the rubbish.
You gotta see
they get to see like how difficult it is just to hire this place and get 20 people to pull up and film, or 30 people, etc. And I recently just worked on a TV series that comes out this year called The Outlaws. Comes on BBC, and I was assistant producer on that. And like any one given day, we have like 100+ people. Wow. It's a big TV show, right? On their season 3, and I'm just like, this is a lot. And I would have loved, when I get the chance to make my own TV show, I'd love to make some young people see like there's a lot of people involved, and we need everyone to do their part to make these kind of shows, right? Because all we see is just a shot at the end, but them credits are real. Those people, they was really out there early morning till late, like, and we need everybody to play their part to make what we end up seeing at the end. Do you know what I mean?
And that's it. And that I think naturally being outsiders watching a project once it's done, it's easy to even if you are like an aspiring actor or actress or whatever, it's easy to get caught up in what we think is the glitz and the glamours of it all. You know, let's say the end success, the end reward of it all, and seeing that play out.
The red carpets, all that.
Yeah, all of that.
You can get lost in that stuff.
It all looks amazing, but in the day, like you said, like there's so many people that go through a lot in that journey that help even just that one person shine and become that actor of the year, or you know, there's so many people behind that. And
you know what, just to add to that as well, like people, I've said this to one creative recently actually. I just said to him like, you know, them things only happen like once every month, like once every one month in a year. The rest of the year, people are all working, you know what I mean? Them award shows come around once and then that's it. And then we all go back to work. Like, so you can't let it like consume you too much. You know what I mean? You want to be in those rooms, yes, you want to be around it, but you also got to know that this is just a small iceberg of the actual work that happens way in advance. These people are winning awards for something that has already been done. It's not a film that's about to come out. It's been out. It's not on the show that's about to. It's been out. The theatre has been done, run it for 9 months before it became Tony Award-winning theatre show. So it's been out. You know what I mean? They're getting awarded for something they already did. They already put the work in for. So now you have to ask yourself, how do I get to those kind of positions where I am getting recognized for the work I already put in? That's the place you want to be in. Yeah.
That's so dope. So what kind of advice would you have for a young Gerard?
I got no advice. I got no advice.
For a young Andre.
I said I got no advice. Hello? I said I got no advice.
I mean, what about like contracts?
Get it on your own, boy. Hey, that's bad. No.
Read a book.
Oh, read a book.
Oh,
get it on your own, rude boy.
No,
That's how real it is sometimes. You got to get on your own.
No, I'm joking. That's wicked. Oh, that's wickedness. I think best advice I got given when I was at Sylvia, yeah? Best advice I got given by this actor. I can't remember his name, but it stuck with me forever. He said 3 things to become successful: time, money, effort. I realized not just in life, not just in acting, but in life, I just need 3 major factors. It's just time, money, and effort. And they come at different moments, but one thing that should always stay the same is your efforts. You might not always have the time, you might not always have the money. That will fluctuate. But one thing has to stay consistent is my effort. As long as I keep putting in 100% effort at everything I do, it should eventually start to reap its reward. So my best advice is put time, money, effort. And then even before that, I always believe that information changes situation. So there's different ways to get to where we are today. If you're not informed enough, you might take the long way around, innit? But if you know something or you use the information around you and the resources, you might be able to cut out the rubbish and take the quick route into the building. So I feel like the reason why I'm at this point in my career, and I've done quite a bit in short spaces in time, is because I was informed very quickly, and I used that information to help me jump and scale very quickly. And that's why I'm very appreciative of my career. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I am in places where other people are not as well in the same breath.
Where do you see yourself in?
Oh God, in 5 years.
Yeah, it's so generic, right?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That sounds like a dating question. That's one of them dating questions. The girls across the table, and the girls.
What do you see yourself in 5 years? That's an interview.
That's a very basic. Everyone asks that question. No. It's a very common question.
Where do you see yourself in a month? Not in 5 years.
Oh, sorry.
No, but yeah.
In 5 years' time, it would just be. It would just be a working established actor and producer. It'll be me making things I want to see, I want to be involved in, and it will be me with bare millions. Yeah. But do you know what I mean? Like, it will be me in a very successful place where if I don't even want to do something or not want to be a part of something, I don't have to. And I have the opportunity to now also turn a lot of things down. So yeah, I'm in that kind of place, and I just want to make great art. Do you know what I mean? So 5 years from now, I also want to make sure that I've made work that I'm proud of. I tell people all the time, I'm so happy I could pull up my first ever film in front of you lot right now and feel no way about it.